Shalom. We're so happy to celebrate Israel's 72nd birthday with our TRZ community. Aaron, what's your favorite Yom Haatzmaut memory from Israel?
Watching the movie Salach Shabbati, starring Topol, every single year, for many years. It's about Aliyah from all over the world after the Holocaust. In the beginning of the 1950s, it's considered to be one of Israel's most popular cult movies ever. It's from the 1960s, and we used to watch it every single year.
Yeah, I remember that as well. And also, we have this tradition in Israel of everybody's going out to the streets on Yom Haatzmaut Day, night, Eve, and in the evening. And I was performing. I was with like a musical band performing from one stage to the other. We were running and playing many concerts, maybe 4 or 5 on Yom Haatzmaut. That was our biggest night of the year. And I have only fond memories from celebrating Yom Haatzmaut. And now we're going to sing Yerushalayim Shel Zahav. אוויר הרים צלול כיין וריח אורנים נישא ברוח ארבעים עם כל פעמונים ותרדמת אילן ואבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדד יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת והשלום הלא לך שירייך אני ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת והשלום הלא לך שירייך אני כינור אך בבואי היום לשיר לך ולך לקשור כתרים קטונתי מצעיר בנייך ומאחרון המשוררים כי שמך צורב את השפתיים כנשיטת שרף אם אשכחך ירושלים אשר כולה זהב ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושלום הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת והשלום הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור.
Yom Haatzmaut Sameach. My name is Uri Greenblatt, and the rabbi asked me to say a few things about growing up in Israel, etc. And really, if I look back at my childhood, that was the best time of my life in Israel. I attended a religious school by the name of Bilu, and at school I joined the choir of the school, and I enjoyed it very much. The head of the choir his name was Shlomo Ravitz, and he was well-known cantorial music composer, and many cantors came. He trained many cantors all over the world. So I was fortunate to be able to study under his leadership. At age 8, I remember already I learned how to chant the Kabbalat Shabbat and Ma'ariv on Friday, and the choir was behind me, and always we sang together. It was lovely. And when I was like 10, 11, already I was allowed to do Shacharit for Shabbat morning and Musaf, and of course holidays, and always accompanied by the choir. And every week another child was the Chazan, and the choir used to harmonize behind him. So that was a nice experience. Also, I remember that after school, I used to go home. It was in a walking distance from the apartment we lived in Tel Aviv. And after doing my homework, I used to go downstairs and meet all my friends from the apartment buildings around us. What was nice about it, Tel Aviv wasn't that built up yet. So there was an apartment building here and there, but it's not as crowded as today, definitely. But what was nice that they had still open fields and with wildflowers, and we used to play kaduregel, soccer. We played machanaim, and we played akafot, which is like baseball. So I had lots of friends and from the neighborhood, and we had teams, and we played against each other. It was a lovely time in my life. So these are some of the nice memories that I have from my childhood. I also have nice memories from attending agricultural high school Mikveh Israel. That was after I graduated from Bilu, and I lived in a dormitory. But the nice thing about Mikveh Israel is you forge nice, beautiful relationships with different people coming from different villages, different places in Israel. And in addition to the regular subjects and religious subjects, I study Talmud and Torah and all that. We study organic chemistry and math, of course, and English and all the other subjects, soil science and so forth. But we studied in the morning, and then in the afternoon we worked according to the major that we selected. So I worked in the citrus groves and the vineyards, and that was nice. I enjoyed it very much. In 1962, I graduated from Mikveh Israel, and Ben Gurion was there for the graduation. I remember they made a big deal about it. So it was nice, and I have some pictures somewhere. I sat 3 seats from Ben Gurion, so that was nice. So in 1962, I was enlisted in the army, and I went first to basic trainings, but after that, I didn't like where they sent me, so to get out of it, I was told that I can apply to go to officer school. So I had to take exams and tests of leadership and all that, and psychological tests, and I was accepted and I went to officer school in Petach Tikva, Bahad Echad, and there I stationed for several months. And after that, I was stationed in Srifin, which is about 10 miles from Tel Aviv. And I was training other officers, so it was like a school. I trained them on different subjects. And then after the military, the mandatory military service of 3 years, I went to United States, went to UC Riverside to study citrus and vineyards, and then to Cal Poly also I did my master's in plant physiology and entomology, and I graduated, got my master's in 1970. After that, I got married, I met my wife in school, and we went back to Israel, and we lived in Israel for 16 years. Now, during these 16 years, in 1973, I was at the Yom Kippur service at our local synagogue, and I was called to report right away to duty. We had to report to our units. We got all the gear and the guns, the Uzi, and so forth. And we were traveling to Sinai, to the Sinai Desert, and from there we crossed the Suez Canal. You can see in the picture behind me, this is the Suez Canal, and I'm standing on a wooden bridge that the tanks roar on it to go to Egypt. And after Egypt, we returned back to Sinai, where we stationed there for half a year. So I haven't seen my family for several months. The Yom Kippur War was in October, and I remember there was a Chabad truck that came with a sukkah on top, and they gave us lulav and etrog, and so we can do the brachot, and we had a service, all the soldiers with the officers, and that was nice. It was in the Sinai Desert. I think that I was always proud to be an Israeli. I mean, now I remember Israel, obviously since I was born in 1944, but my first memory is really from 1948, when Tel Aviv was attacked and the sirens were roaring, and my parents grabbed me, and we ran downstairs. We lived on the third floor of the apartment building, and we ran downstairs, and I was hidden under the staircase with other children of the building. So this is the first memory that I have. But all in all, Israel of then is not Israel today, and I have fond memories, and I wanted to say happy birthday, Israel, and a lot of success for many, many more years. And that's it.
Shalom, my name is Tova Volner. I'm a sabra. The term refers to a strong thorny desert plant known in English as a prickly pear with a thick skin that conceals a sweet, softer interior. The cactus is compared to Israeli Jews, who are supposedly tough on the outside, but delicate and sweet on the inside. That's me! I was proud to serve in the Israeli army, proud to serve and represent Israel with honor, respect, and kindness. As a single woman, it was one of the best experiences of my life. Then, while continued my education in the university, I fulfilled my dream and was a full-time school teacher, a wife, and a proud mother. I am a proud native Israeli, and my mission continues to be the same as an Israeli teacher, a sabra. Looks tough outside, but gentle, caring, compassionate, and loving to teach the next generations to respect our God, to love Israel, to pass over our traditions, and to be Or Lagoim, a light unto the nations. Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and of good courage.
Hi, my name is Hagar Kentor. I was born in Rehovot, Israel, on the eve of Yom Kippur War, October 5th, 73. When I was 18, I joined the IDF, and I served for 5.5 years. I can proudly say that I'm a captain in the Israeli army. I served in different positions, in Eilat, in the West Bank, and Jerusalem. And I can definitely say that this experience gave me skills, life skills, that no university can ever teach. Back in 1995, I got chosen to escort Ehud Olmert, that was the mayor of Jerusalem at the time, in the Yom Haatzmaut, the Independence Day big ceremony in Mount Herzl. We moved to Los Angeles 16 years ago with our son Daniel, that was 3 at the time. And here we had 3 more kids. I think it was only after living here for a few good years till I actually understood that it's not obvious to be a Jew when you live here. You actually need to make an effort to do something to be able to have the Judaism, the identity within our family and the community, which is very different because growing up in Israel, I hate to say it, but it's very obvious. You don't need to do much. Every day at school, you learn Tanakh, the Bible, 1 hour, 2 hour, depends on the age. When it's a holiday, you can feel it in the air. The stores, the windows of all the clothing stores, they decorated white clothes. When it's Yom Kippur, there is no one on the streets. You walk on the highway, in the streets, in the middle, and no one is driving. When it's any kind of eve before the holiday, everybody's rushing. You can feel it. And then by 2 or 3 p.m., everything closes and suddenly it gets quiet, or at least quieter. It's quieter. Passover, for example, even if you want to eat chametz, or even if you forgot and you had on your list to buy bread or anything that is chametz, you actually don't have the option. You go to the supermarket and all the shelves that are chametz are covered. Yom HaShoah, the Holocaust Memorial Day that we just had a few days ago, every kid in every age were waiting in the yard. I cannot forget that, in the big yard of the school, and everybody's wearing white shirts with a special sticker, and we're waiting, and it's a huge ceremony. But at 10 a.m. exactly, there is a siren, very, very loud siren, and everything stops. No one moves, no one talks. Everything just stops in the whole country. The TV, people, cars, everything's silent for 2 minutes. And it's magical. and then right after everything goes back. So with all the disagreements and all the issues that we have in Israel, it's these magical moments that unites everybody, and that's really special. So I don't know how it is now these days growing up in Israel, but I feel that for me, that will be forever the memory of growing up in Israel.